Real life. Real stories. Let's see what's trending in Indianapolis. This is Paul Poteet on The Edge.
Makes me happy every time. Yep. See?
Both of you.
Are you watching me?
You respond
boy.
so well to that little jam.
Oh, boy. We should have let him know that we had video on him.
So many cameras. You should always assume you're being watched these days. You realize that, right?
Absolutely, especially from your own laptop, right?
Especially when you're on a show.
Wait a minute. I need to do something about this right now. Can you tell how long I'm going to live by looking at my palm?
Just put a piece of tape over it. That's all you need to do.
I saw. Is this an urban legend or what? That somebody saw like Bill Gates on some profile one time, and you could see his laptop within the shot, and there was a piece of tape.
Yep, I've heard
the camera.
I've heard that. Absolutely.
Now, if he puts what does he know?
Well, that's an old guy syndrome at this point in time, right? I don't really think he knows anything anymore. He just gives the money away.
Yeah, right. I made it here. Take some. You're in pretty much at that point, aren't you, Aaron? So,
wow. Yeah, it kind of feels that way sometimes.
Yeah.
But giving money away.
Lean in, Brittany, and see if you can get some of the excess spray and pass it on to me. I would appreciate that. When it's flowing out of him later on today.
You got it, Paul.
Wow.
Like a geyser. Like a geyser.
You're making me very uncomfortable right now, and you actually have more uncomfortable stories to go through.
Just wait till we get to the Netherlands. Okay, that's going to be probably the most uncomfortable part of the presentation today.
Okay, so we got Paul Poteet on The Edge. What is happening out in the ether there?
Some of the things the good folks of Indiana have passed on to me, and I pass on to you. It's very transparent. Include a story from Casper. I think this was Casper, Wyoming. Casper police say that around 10:30 last Monday, they were dispatched to a residence on East 2nd Street. A man stating he was from the future and there to help people.
Is he looking for Sarah Connor?
That's right. Is this the sequel? The first one? There's Bryant Johnson.
Oh, my.
Arrested. That's the best headline ever. Arrested for public intoxication, semicolon. Claimed to be a time traveler. Aren't you kind of burying the lead there? Should it be time traveler arrested?
Because he was intoxicated. Exactly.
Yeah. He claimed he was from the year, and it's very specific, the year 2048. Not 25, nothing like that. 2048.
Okay.
And why would you pick a year that's kind of close? Why wouldn't you want to be from the year 3000? Anyway, he was trying to warn the people of Casper that aliens were coming next year. Now, I don't know if that means 2049 or 2018.
Oh, my Lord.
Aliens were coming next year, and they should leave as soon as possible. And he added he wanted to speak to the president of the town. Apparently, in the future, towns have presidents.
Oh, my gosh.
He told the police the only way he was able to time travel was to have aliens fill his body with alcohol.
I've used that line before.
Gets much like hover around. It gets me to where I want to go. And they covered him with alcohol, and then he had to stand on a giant pad, which transported him to 2017. A giant pad.
Too many jokes. Too many jokes.
Yeah, but enough about that. But why does it have to be?
What kind of alcohol this is?
Well, the best that they have in the future. I mean, he's not drinking Bartles and James. This isn't. He didn't come back from another period of time. He's from the future.
Got it.
Some good stuff there.
We've got a lot to look forward to.
Officers noted he had watery
bloodshot eyes. Hang on for 30 years.
Yeah. Now, if you and they are, he's been charged with public intoxication. Presumably he'll have a sentence. Will he get time off for the time he's already been in the future?
Oh my gosh, you did that, didn't you? He pulled a paradox. Oh my gosh.
I've got two of them. I got a pair of paradoxes coming up here, oddly enough. Well, people love the trails these days, right? People love the Monon Trail.
Yep.
Muncie and Marion, they've got the Cardinal Greenway Trail. And do you ever stop and think about what that trail is made of?
The trail?
Not one time.
Not one time.
Nope.
I know. Who would? You just enjoyed the trail. Well, they've used to pave things. They've used everything from cigarette butts to plastic bags.
Okay.
But the Netherlands have taken those butts and doubled down. The country has undertaken a 2-year pilot project to transform used toilet paper.
No.
They're not going into Costco to get the fresh stuff, into a blacktop strengthening agent. That's the one that does it's too good even for the CIA. That's a blacktop strengthening agent.
I'm puzzled.
Okay, Paul, I got to ask you, which way do I go here? Because I got a lot of jokes about
Well, first back up
dinner and lunch.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
As a reinforcing agent, but I'm at a fork here. Where do I go?
The first thing you've got to ask yourself, if you're me, when you're reading the story is, how do they know which part of the waste is toilet paper? Who's looking?
Oh, and whose job is that?
Well, it says
somebody who made the wrong life decision.
It says that wastewater treatment plants filter out the toilet paper.
Okay.
And frequently dry it and burn it, much as we do with our grandson's diapers when we babysit. But but now they've got a fancy system to clean, sterilize, bleach, and dry the toilet paper. And then supposedly that's high quality fiber. But it seems like, wouldn't you expend energy and money into doing that,
right,
and thus counteract any potential efficiencies one gets from using those cellulose fibers in a way clearly God never intended?
You gotta warn me when you do that, man. Okay, that is now my Paul Poteet ringtone now.
And clearly, in a way, God did not intend it.
Yes, sir.
With his eyes really big.
Jeez.
You think that there'd be more fiber after use than purging out the fiber, right?
Gross.
Well, right, yeah, but then who's no one's ever going to walk on that on purpose. Trust me. Sorry if you own a dog. I've done that too many times already on the trail. Curb your humans now.
Oh,
we'll have
my
to tell.
Lord. Oh,
well, anyway,
there's too many places to go with this.
I just don't understand anything happening right now.
They're using TP to line. The road to hell is paved with good Charmin. Or something.
And that's in the Netherlands, right? So
yeah.
we're just never going to walk down those trails anymore.
Good luck to all of those fine people.
Yep.
Follow the kind of yellow brick road.
Oh.
That'll be edited out by the time we post this again to Facebook later on after the live stream. You won't even know about it. All right. I take full responsibility. That was my asphalt. Okay. So I apologize for the paving jokes.
You come like with a bandolier of dad puns today, don't you?
I'm loaded for bear today. Does a bear hike in the woods? Here is item number 3. My arm is sore. I can't even get over there after all these.
Oh, my gosh.
All right.
Give us the last one.
This is in much better taste because it's all about Halloween candy, right?
Okay.
Now, this is another one of these surveys that I am inclined not to believe because it says it's one of these, infographics. It divides up the country. They're irresistible, right? They have a little map and they show each state the number one thing in a category. And so they show the number one Halloween candy purchased from this, I forgot to write down. It's some place where you can buy candy in bulk. Presumably it would be a good barometer of what candy around Halloween time people are buying and giving out. For Indiana, though, it says the number one is hot tamales.
No. I flat out refuse that.
I've never bought those since I've lived here. Never one time.
Hot tamales, then Starburst and Snickers. Well, I believe that. I mean, that makes sense.
Yep,
number 2 and number 3.
Kansas has taken Reese Cups, and I think we need to attack them.
We're going to invade Kansas for the Reese's Cup. It'll be simple. We have the same I-70, okay?
Exactly. Straight shot.
Logistically, yeah.
We will take our Reese's Cups back.
Should we take a poll?
Yes.
Well, this isn't even a poll. I mean, theoretically, it is more scientific because they're using 10 years of sales data.
Oh, prove it.
Yeah, right.
I'm saying, I mean, just from sales data, I mean, my 17-year-old, he should have tipped the scale on the Swedish Fish, to be honest with you, because
Swedish Fish.
Oh my gosh, he is all over that. Anyway, so Reese's Cups is my target, and I'm going to stay with it. But look at that data.
Yeah, see, there's data. Data, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, but the only theory that is a good one that Mrs. P, my lovely wife, came up with is that maybe it's true because people will buy something. I know we've done this before. They'll buy something they don't like around Halloween. Do you ever do that?
Oh, yeah.
Because so you're not tempted to eat it yourself.
Right. If you have excess inventory, which is a terrible thing for any business. But when you're running the business of Halloween, if you have excess inventory, then you're not tempted to eat the profits.
That's right.
Yes, but what kids want hot tamales?
I don't know. Skittles is, or what do I say? Starburst is, I can see that. My two kids always love getting that at trick or treat time. I like Snickers, which I didn't like as a kid. Mm-hmm. But I've gotten nuttier as I've gotten older, and in so many ways.
Stay in the lane. Don't go to the other joke.
Ding!
Now, if you're in the Netherlands, you're
stop it! No, pull back.
Well, look at the time. Oh, we're out of time already. We're out of time. I just looked at the clock on the wall, even though there's nothing there, and I found that we are out of time.
I don't know. This hot tamales. I mean, you see a lot of this stuff. I mean, you see Sour Patch Kids all over the place. I think there's this actually can be extrapolated to states that are looking at the candy usage in kind of like a
Where are you going?
I'm going in. I'm looking at this as a dating.
You're going down a long bike path in the Netherlands right now.
Pull me back. Some of this stuff is really old. Some of the hot tamales are like ancient compared to.
Yeah, you're right. Those do go back. And what do I see on there? The lemon heads have been around for a while, haven't they?
Yep, they have.
And double bubble gum. That's been
Tootsie
around
Pops.
for a while.
Who the heck? Kentucky has Tootsie Pops. That's their top.
I would have thought it would have been candy cigarettes, but that's.
That
too
one
easy.
hurt.
Oh,
sorry, Kentucky.
For all my kinfolk in Kentucky and Virginia, sorry about that.
Take that, Edge of Kentucky. Take that.
There goes Good Morning Paducah. Great. That's close.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly.
So there's some of the wild and wacky and discussable things on the internet of the last few days.
So we're certainly going to have all these links to all these news stories on our show notes. But take us through the edge of weather here in Indiana.
We've been invaded by a pumpkin spice front. It's gotten like fall-like all of a sudden. So quit your complaining about those 80-degree days because there ain't any of them in the 7-day forecast. Earlier today, we had a cold front move through, and so it was actually in the mid-60s overnight. We got even more rain, which is good. I mean, we're way behind on rain. So we've had, in most places, anywhere from about 1.5 inches to almost 3 inches of rain across central Indiana just over the last week, which is about 3 times more than we had the entire month of September. So that's good that we've caught up. Today's kind of gloomy and foggy, and then maybe some peaks of sunshine Thursday. Well, look at Friday and Saturday. Let's be love, fall and spring in Indiana. You get the big swings like that. So boom, right back to 75 Friday, 81 Saturday, and maybe rainy on Sunday, especially in the afternoon and evening. And then next week, it's more like normal. The normal high this time of year is in the upper 60s. So it changes pretty quickly in September what the normal is every day. And so when you get in these big streaks like we've been in with the warm temperatures, you kind of forget, oh yeah, it's supposed to be like 20 degrees cooler.
That's right.
Than what it's been last Saturday with that little breeze blowing and the sun in the morning. That was awesome.
Yes, it was. So it's going to get cooler here. Any knowledge about how that, now that we're halfway through October, what Halloween's going to be looking like?
Right now, it just looked like nearly normal temperatures. I didn't see any, surprise or not surprise. I didn't see any early winter weather on the horizon. Our typical date, it's either for measurable snowfall. I think it's about November 14th or somewhere around there. It's between November 10th and 15th. So It's possible. It's definitely possible around Halloween time, but that usually only happens about maybe once every 5 years, I would imagine.
I'm still reeling from a couple of years ago.
It just happened about 3 years ago. So we're good for 2, right?
Yeah, it's like cicadas, right?
That's the one. That is the one thing I look forward to in fall is the end of the cicada noise. They can kind of wear on you after a while.
Absolutely.
Heat bugs, we used to call them in Huntington County when I was growing up. The heat bugs.
I literally have a Day of the Undead Cicadas story I got to tell you about my parents' house. So literally, it was nasty.
If you grind those cicadas up and
line the road with them,
and then burn them and bleach them, you can line your driveway with that. So you'll have your final revenge over the cicadas.
All right. So dead bug husk recommendations from Paul Poteet.
Those recipes are all on our website, so check that out.
You could also dip them in chocolate and sell them for Halloween candy.
Well, in some
We've got to
places,
spike up the sales.
Depending on where you are in the world, crickets, isn't it like crickets and chocolate? Or
Exactly. Mental note: avoid Brittany's house for Halloween at all costs. You have no idea. She's just dipping things in chocolate, drinking her garden.
People from the Netherlands are going to come over here and teepee you. Okay.
Wow. All right.
There'll be one less road they can build, but they're still going to do it.
Paul, it's always a pleasure. How do people find you and completely
they
absolve
find me
ourselves?
Confusing. They find me perplexing sometimes, off-putting, I would imagine.
Edge of Indy does not endorse, nor do they actually are
strangely intriguing. PaulPoteet.com. PaulPoteet.com. And there it points out into all different directions from within.
Absolutely. Go check out the website. He's doing a heck of a lot of things on a regular basis, and we certainly appreciate your time here sharing those interesting stories with us.
No one's does more things on a regular basis than I do. Get off me.
Good thing you are regular.
Goodbye. See you later.
Later. Take care, Paul.